Fertitta Center here in Houston. A crowd of just over 7,000 at this terrific arena. They have come to watch the #1 team in the nation, the Houston Cougars, undefeated at 9-0, taking on the 7-1 Alabama Crimson Tide. Giles, Keith Kimball, the officials, and underway with the Tide getting the first possession of the afternoon. The kick out and an early three-pointer will go for Noah Clowney, the freshman from Roebuck, South Carolina, and Nate Oates wants to see a ton of three-point attempts.
And where those are going to come, most likely in transition and off of penetration. The key to that three was the penetration by Mark Sears. Houston has to keep Alabama out of the lane to stop the three-point shot.
Houston going inside at the other end. Juwan Roberts, no. And loose ball. And stolen away by Jamal Shead. And a burst of speed to finish.
Prepared for double teams, not only on the baseline and in the post, but off pick-and-roll situations.
Clowney passes up the three and drives in. 12 points of the game for Alabama. He's got their first 5 today. Shead with a pull-up. And the rebound down to Brandon Miller, the leading scorer among freshmen in the nation at just over 19 a game as a block is called underneath.
Take a look at this double.
The foul on Shead, his first. Some of the defensive numbers for Houston. Look at that, 47 points per game.
Goal percentage defense, that's #1 in the country and the best in the nation since 2014-15.
Successful run at Buffalo for 4 years.
And Amari Burnett is guarding Marcus Sasser. It does not look like he's helping off at all.
And a block is the call. I don't believe the basket is going to count.
Shooting 43% from three.
Sasser's first touch. Almost 17 points per game. Off to Walker. Off to Roberts. Beautiful ball movement for Houston.
Well, Alabama's so concerned with Marcus Sasser, they left the ball. And that's a cardinal sin. You never leave the ball.
Burnett the kick. The 3-1. Only team ahead of them, Tennessee. Miller left the three. Short. Clowney with the tip rebound out to the corner. And the corner three is good for Burnett, the former Texas Tech.
Just to get the ball inbounds, out of bounds underneath.
Miller. Offensive rebound and a foul. And heading to the line will be Noah Gurley. Gurley came off the bench as Carolina. So Nate Oates learned a lot about his team up at the PK.
All the non-violating team.
I'm still not emotionally overseeing the picture of myself from 1983. If you'll give me a minute. So you can worry about your little violation trouble on your own time. Yeah. Great ball movement, and Chaney with a layup. The lower level of the court, and it sounds like it's twice as many people in this building. And a strong finish there by the freshman, Jaden Bradley, a very talented one team of the nation. An interesting note that we got yesterday. For years in their record book, I'm sorry, that first time they've ever played a top 10 matchup here. In their record book, it said they played #6, which is, I think, why Ramon Walker Jr. was just taken out of the game. Again, you better guard, you better rebound if you want to get on the floor for Kelvin Sampson. Shead drops in a teardrop. But he handles the ball when Quinerly is on the bench.
Yeah, Sears is probably better as a 2-guard. But you're not going to find a better ball handler in college basketball than Javon Quinerly. He's got that ball on a string.
Corner three, Clowney, and it rattles home.
Boy, a lot of Tremont Mark, a lot of ground to cover to get back to a corner shooter.
So Clowney off to a great start. A couple of threes and 8 of Alabama's 14 points.
Shot fakes will be very effective against Alabama in this game.
Soft touch for Tremont Mark.
See, there's where a shot fake should have been used by Terrence Arsenault. Shot fake, let the defender fly by. You can either drive it or shoot it.
Miller gets by Mark, but he doesn't get by Walker.
Defensive pencil should you make a mistake. Not the best closeout, but so what? You got to go a ways into the stands to beneath. You're thinking about ways you can get a quick score. Alabama's thinking about how do we get this in?
And it's picked off. Walker will head to the line.
To this point in the first half against these two Houston Cougars every time you get the ball.
Always wants to get back to that left hand, and you see why.
Well, Nate Oates letting Charles Bediako defend one-on-one in the post, but you give that much space and let him get back to that right shoulder, it's over.
Boy, pretty basketball between Gurley and Bradley, and
he had 9 offensive rebounds last year in Tuscaloosa.
little Euro step by Walker won't go, and Gurley down with it for the tie. And Bradley fouled and hits the court hard. Rylan Griffin, a freshman.
Spread Alabama out. Give themselves a little bit more room to cut and to drive.
Brandon Miller averaging 19, scoreless so far today for Alabama. Gurley with the offensive rebound, and he gets held. And again,
the Southern Conference scored over 1,100 points for the Paladins.
10 to shoot. Walker into the paint, lost it. They got to get a shot off. They do, and it goes as Shed knocks it down.
It'd be a surprise as tough as Jamal Shed is.
The reverse won't go for Bradley, and here come the Cougars looking for the lead. Mark, and they've got it.
Alabama to get the ball up court quickly. They don't want to grind it out for 40 minutes against this defense. Get it up quickly, try to get something easier in transition.
Boy, a clean look in the corner for Nimari Burnett.
Jaden Bradley to see him in the corner, and Burnett was ready to shoot it as the ball arrived.
Walker, soft touch. Houston back on top.
Sasser not help off. That's going to open up some things for some other Houston Cougars.
And Bradley lays it in at the other end. He is given out. The shot clock did not reset. That ball grazed the rim. I thought anyways. Not going to matter as Sasser draws a foul.
Ball is passed away from that player. You'll get into help side position, so you'll come off of him and play.
Team All-American in Houston's last game against North Florida, and 200 made threes in his career. And when he gets it going about as much as anybody in the nation.
Sasser needs those flip glasses that outfielders wear.
5-stitch cut over the left eyebrow. Quinterly lays it in.
He can snake through it, get around it.
Return to action 8 months after tearing his ACL. And Sasser with a crafty move, a pro move right there, luring Burnett into the 1-1 for Sasser.
And in this game, you have to play good, hard physical defense without drawing a whistle. Overs anymore. Good pass.
Walker, short. Quinterly the rebound. Here comes the Tide.
Well, that was a good rebound by Quinterly to make himself available.
Well, you talked about ball on a string. Does he ever?
He can really.
Things he is seeing here in the first half. And points allowed at number 2 in efficiency. Even Coach Sampson had been physical minutes for Alabama in this first half.
If Houston has a stick back basket in this game, I haven't seen it. I can't remember.
Another turnover. Numbers for the Cougars. Oh! On Mark.
And Kelvin Sampson not happy with it.
And now a foul on Mark on the other end. Well, this deserves another look, Mr. Billis.
Well, this is a Sports Center top 10, and for me, this is number 1. My goodness. What is he, 6'1"?
Yes, sir.
And dunks over 6'9". Did it assist turnover ratio is impeccable.
leading the Nittany Lions to a 16-point win over.
Wasn't Noah Clowney, excuse me, that was Pringle. Did a really good job there.
Shed, soft touch on the floater. Cougars on top.
If there's a tougher player in America, it will be shot selection.
That Houston has taken some challenge shots that I don't think they needed to take.
But boy, this team, they may lead the nation in playing hard.
Shed to Mark. Mark for three.
A beautiful play. Baseline drive, baseline drift by Tremont Mark in the corner. That's great after timeout execution by Houston.
Alabama can hold it for the final shot of the first half.
Houston electing not to double that screen, ball screen action out top.
Bradley inside, too strong off the glass. And the first half will come to a close with the #1 team in the nation, the Houston Cougars, leading Alabama by 4.